So thank you so much for coming on. I mean, it's so good to see you guys. It's Friday afternoon, and we know it's not the best time, but there is never a good time, right? But we felt that, probably choosing Friday is where we can relax a bit more, and let's have an informal session where we learn together, share, the Joel is going to share with us about cross-selling in a while. So I won't do much of introduction of Joel. He's going to do that himself. But so the purpose of us even thinking of this webinar series is basically the in absence of us being able to do the physical events like what we have done in the past, and we're really missing on that part, very big deal. So we thought that we still want to keep community together. We want to put people in communication where they can, start learning from one another, where, community knows who else is in a community for them to reach out to. And so obviously we thought, when we, with that in mind, because I think most of our current community members and those that came through the Advocado strategic partnership are, probably still getting to know one another. There hasn't been many activities. So we are hoping with this webinar series on different topics that we are going to share over the span of probably a couple of months. We hope the community get to know each other, the SMEs, business owners basically get to know what's available in the community for them to benefit out of. And so we hope this series, so if you are a speaker out there, you can always come forward to us and tell us what topic you want to share or what you want to share about your business with the rest of the community, so we get to know each other better. As I said again, in absence of the physical events, I think this is probably the best platform to kickstart this, building this relationship. So we will have series of this moving forward, but today we will have Joel to share with us about cross-selling, which I think has been probably something that I think most merchants would like to hear. What is it and how they can achieve that, being part of BBX and Advocado community. And we will have a quick session of Q&As at the end. So you can leave your questions to the end, but if it's a really urgent question that you feel it can't wait and you want to stop Joel, do so. Just raise your hand and we'll definitely attend to you. But let's kick this, start this as a very informal session, and feel free to ask and reach out to us. We would be recording this. We would be having slides sent over to you after the session. So for any other details, obviously you can always reach out to either us or Advocado at any time. So without further ado, let me pass this on to Joel and take it on, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabina, for the wonderful introduction. Thank you all for your very precious Friday afternoon time and join us for this session today. I assure you that I will make it as lively as I can, so that we have some fun, we have some understanding about how we can move on, and hopefully we can increase some revenue for our business that we're running. My name is Joval, co-founder of Avocado, and I'm also the Chief Revenue Officer of Avocado. So my job is to bring in revenue for our company and also for you guys, for the merchants that we serve. Right? So every day I think about revenue. So that's what I do for a living. So your time is very, very precious, and I'm very respectful of that. And I want to assure you that through these very casual sessions, right, at the end of this session, the time that you invested in this webinar, you will be able to put into action, and there should be an opportunity for you to have more revenue through cross-selling. So I'm going to take over the screen now and to basically go and share with you what I've got here. And again, I know Sabina has mentioned that you can ask me questions at the end, but also anytime, whenever you have burning questions, you're free to stop me anytime. I'm happy to take that also. So I will never confirm that you can see my screen.
Yep, we can see it, Joval.
Go, Then go to the front first, okay? So screen is good, and this is where we are, avocado. I'm going to share a little bit of how we started and how does it lead into our partnership with BBX, and of course it leads to cross-selling. So maybe if I can bring you to a very interesting brand that is Starbucks coffee. So I'm assuming a lot of us here on this webinar has seen this brand. They're everywhere, and I titled it Inspiration because I talk about this Starbucks brand a lot of the time. So interestingly, before avocado really started, I was in the POS distribution business, right? So we distribute POS to different vendors, to different F&B, and I personally love to drink Starbucks, right? So pay a lot of attention to Starbucks. And one of the things that struck me very strong was Starbucks in 2015, 2016, they already have an ongoing loyalty program whereby a brand can, where they are able to ensure that the brand awareness is going out there. Customers can buy stock value, customer can be rewarded for going to Starbucks, right? So then I was thinking about if a brand like Starbucks, which is so huge, and they're everywhere and everybody knows them, and they are using the loyalty, right? Then I was thinking the $1 million question was like, why? Like first of all, why did they do it? Because I guess it must work because it is such a big brand, and yet they have to do it because it must work, right? Then I start to look around because I also serve a lot of F&B, right? And then I start to ask this question and go, how come all the smaller brands out there, they didn't use any loyalty? How come they don't have a way to reward their customers? How come they didn't have a way to collect customers' data, and etc., right? Then we start to look around and then we realize that actually there was none or no system out there that is simple to use, that is affordable and effective to the SME, right? So then in my mind, I got this in Chinese, for those who understand Chinese, 有点心理不平衡 because I find that then the big boys is having more resources to do better. And then the smaller SME, it seems to always struggle with resources, right? So or me and my partner then decided that, hey, you know what, we were trying to figure out to do something, and then we found that why not we serve the SME? We found a mission. We found our purpose of why we started Avocado, which is really to do this, which is to become a SME hero. So essentially, what we try to do is to really look at SME, right, and to build a system, especially in the loyalty and CRM space, right, to be able to serve them as well, to be able to be so powerful that it's comparable to brands like Starbucks. Starbucks was really our benchmark to make sure that the system that we offer the small cafe in the neighborhood store, they're able to use the system to hopefully level up, and then they can compete with the giant, the enterprise, the Starbucks. Of course, not in every way, but really at least in the CRM and loyalty space, right? At least they have a system that they can reward customers, to bring the customer back, to collect customers' data, and of course, to really ensure that the customer feel loyal to the brand, right? So that was really how we started, and that was really our mission to be an SME hero. And I think this picture says very well. It's almost like a Superman hero. So while the dream was fantastic and was very grand, it was fabulous, but the journey was really tough because when we started in 2016, we go out and tell SME, hey, we want to be an SME hero, we want to help you out, we want to offer you a solution that you can use really well and can be could potentially be as good as Starbucks, and really no one, everybody look at us and go, are you sure you guys know what you're doing or not? Like, it was very difficult. The journey was really, really difficult. So it was not something that we started off easily. So having said that, we have now come through for 4.5 years already. This is going to be our 5th year. In May, we will turn 5 years old. We are very blessed. We are very blessed that we have very, very nice partners like BBX, for example. We are very blessed to have merchants who support us from very early days. So one brand at a time, one merchant at a time, one success story at a time, we slowly build our credentials up to where we are today, 900 plus paying outlets in the region. We are in multiple countries, from Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and we just crossed our 1.6 million consumer in the database. Also very pleased to share that from 4 or 5 years ago, where we almost have to plead for SME to trust us, today we are very blessed to be serving the who's and who in the retail, in the F&B space in Singapore. So having said this, these are some of our brands that we serve in Singapore, just to give an idea. These are the slightly more well-known, but our heart is still at the SME level, in the small SME level. We also have a lot of SME that we serve. There could be a one outlet cafe, one other retail store. We also serve them all. So from brands like this to non-F&B brands like in the retail, you have got brands like the Gadget Mix. These guys are huge. They are like a 60 outlet type of chain. We are very blessed that we are able to serve them in Singapore. Beauty brands like MTM, the Dion will likely know the MTM pretty girls like to go there to do their facial. And then the more they do, they become prettier. So I'm not sure they were pretty in the first place, or they go there, that's why they become pretty, or it's both, right? We also do a lot of hair and nails salon in Singapore. A lot of them are the multiple chain. We also have those individual in the Heartland Mall and all the others like Super Bowl and etc. So having said this, remember our goal was really to be an SME hero. We really wanted to reach out to the SME, and to be honest, that journey hasn't been easy. So our biggest consolation really was to look at what our brands talk about us on social media, to have a 5-star on a Google review, or if I can just read out one or two for illustration in case it's too small for you to see. We have got Conicious mentioned that Avocado is user-friendly and effective CRM for promotions, for loyalty program, fast reply, very responsive. And then we have got Diana says that our loyal customers are coming back for repeat visits with this awesome rewards and loyalty program, etc., etc. And the list goes on. We're very thankful for all these customers who go on public to talk about us, to help us, to really give us the assurance that the things that we are doing are on the right track. Now, having said this, I'm putting this here today not to be Hao-Lian, for those who are not familiar, Hao-Lian means not to be proud, but really it's just a benchmark for us to remind us where we have come from, to stay true to our heart and to our cause, and also to tell us that we have a lot more to go. We want to ensure that every customer, or at least most of the customers that we serve, they will say stuff like this. So we move on to the next one. So we talked a lot already about background, who we serve. Then the next $1 million question really is, what is Avocado? So I'll just summarize here. This is not a sales presentation, but really more of an intro for you. So at least for those of you who hasn't used Avocado, at least you have an idea of who we are. First of all, you can see the blue color component there. It says loyalty management. So what we did was we like how Starbucks started, right? We basically has a suite of different tools for the brand to be able to go out there to reward their customers. So to manage their loyalty program, could be points, could be a cashback, could be a store value, etc. So the list goes on. So other than rewarding their customers, but the whole idea was really to collect the data so that the engagement can start, right? And then if you move on to the I'm not sure it's pink color or it's red color or colorblind, so it looks like reddish pink to me. So the CRM component is where then you start to understand the behaviors of the customer, you start to understand the demographic of customers, you know how often your customers are coming back, who they are, what they do, how old they are, etc., etc. Right? And once you have those statistics, The next step you want to do is to do the marketing, whereby now you want to be able to engage your customers, you want to be able to do marketing activities to bring them back to generate a real increase in revenue, right? Now, there's another component in the yellow color called avocado insights, which we affectionately call it AI. Is our newest addition to our entire ecosystem. So AI allows the brand now to be able to do very personalized and smart offers to the customers that effectively they will likely take up the offers based on mathematical calculations, right? So we are very excited about that, this component. So obviously in the last couple of years, we have successfully made a CRM very affordable for the SME. So now our next goal is to make AI affordable for SME also. Okay, so that's somewhat completes what we do. Now, if you look at this, it looks like we are like a Swiss Army knife. It seems like we are able to do everything. We can do this, we can do that, we can do this. But effectively, there was really one thing that we really cannot do. And that is the same thing that our customers are asking all the time. Most of the merchants that we speak to, they are always asking about, hey, can you guys do cross-selling? Can I link up with your other merchant and we do cross-selling, right? So avocado, unfortunately, as much as we think we like to do everything, this is the part that we really struggle. So we really can't. On our existing technology, we can't do anything that facilitate cross-selling, and that is the single most requested function among our merchants that we serve most all the time, right? So we realized that we needed something better. We needed something different. We needed to find a partner or a platform that is more of a B2B, whereby it could be it should likely be e-commerce, and it should have credentials. It should be been around for a while, and it must also be easy to use. And we're very blessed. And well, like I say, right, we want to be SME's hero. We are very glad that BBX is our hero. So by working with BBX, we almost fulfill our checklist to be able to allow the brand that we serve, or in fact any other merchant right now, to be able to do cross-selling. For those who are not familiar with BBX, of course, a lot of you on this webinar today are very familiar, but let me just do a refresh for the benefit of those who don't. BBX is a B2B marketplace, and obviously they are very well established in more than 9 countries already, and we have 20,000 SME on the platform and growing, and obviously they have tons and tons of experience in the B2B e-commerce space. So we found one part of the equation now, which is BBX as a platform for our merchants to be able to do cross-selling. But we also realized that that alone is not good enough, because there's another part that we needed to fine-tune. And then we went back to the drawing board again, and we go, okay, we found BBX. What else do we need to do? Then we realized that we need to do another thing. We need to enhance our technology, our current campaign. And we need to come up with what we call avocado gifting. And as I move along slowly, you understand why different parts are really essential, right? So what is really avocado gifting is, we are very pleased to share that this is really one of our latest and newest features, right? Whereby now a merchant could basically purchase vouchers, and then using our gifting function, they can easily just send the vouchers remotely and digitally to their friends, to their families, to their business associates, and then those who they send to, they saw the link, they click the link, they accept it, and then that vouchers will remotely and digitally just be loaded into their friends and families account, which is very straightforward, right? So that's the whole feature of that. And then obviously, if you now look at the problem that we're trying to solve was cross-selling, right? And if you now combine what we have, which is cross-selling, if we add Avocado's gifting function plus BBX platform, then now we are able to offer cross-selling ability to our merchants, obviously also to BBX merchants. Okay, I'm going to pause here for a while, have a drink, and then if there's anyone has any question, I'm happy to take that. If not, then I'll continue from there. If there's anyone, I'm happy to take any questions. And my speed is okay, not too fast for you. Okay.
Yep, it's good.
Okay, we'll move along. So let us take a look at example how cross-selling can really works. All right. Let's take out a very common example. Assuming you have a cafe in a shopping mall, and in that mall you also have a salon. So let's give some name to this. The cafe owner is called NG, and the salon owner is called ND, right? NG and ND. So Angie is very happy with with her cafe, and she's doing well. But of course, like most F&B business, there will be certain gaps in the day whereby um, there will be a dull period. There's not many customers coming for the cafes, right? So this is really fixed cost of running, and it's missed opportunity, missed revenue. On the other side of the equation, we have got Andy, who runs a very successful salon, and he has a VIP who does expensive hair treatment with him. So he's thinking about a way and saying, hey, how can I reward my VIPs and make them feel even more special, to make sure that they don't go to other places. I want to give them something nice, right? So this is where two different businesses has a need, and through our cross-selling opportunity, we can now gel both of them together. And what now NG could do is, NG could say, hey, you know what I can do is that since I've got a lot of empty capacity during the dull period, I can then create some vouchers. I can create some vouchers using avocado, and then I sell it at a slight discount through the BBX platform. And then what happened is that Andy will go to the BBS platform and he will look around and, oh, you know what, I saw the cafe is just right, my salon in the same mall. I think that's fantastic. The food is really nice. He likes Angie. So what he can do is he can purchase some of those vouchers, and then he can use our gifting function and remotely send to his customers whenever he wants, right? And when the customer receive it, they can then go and enjoy their wonderful food at the cafe. So in this manner, so Andy is happy because his customers are happy. His customers feel rewarded, right? They will do a hair treatment. They just get a nice treatment. They also get some nice coffees, nice waffles at the cafe. And the cafe owner Angie is also very happy because now her cafe is almost filled all the time because she's able to fill up those time whereby the crowds are not very, very high. And then she sells the voucher as a discount, put it on the platform, and then there is always different parties who is keen to purchase those vouchers and then do it as a gifting to their friends and families, or even their business associates, right? Or even their customers. So that's one example of how a cross-selling could be very relevant in that space. We can look at another example. So another example of a cross-selling. So I'm putting two examples together so that you all can see, and in your own mind, you can see how that could also be relevant to your own industry, right? So another one could be a yacht rental company, right? And they always constantly has to do marketing. They always constantly wants individuals, but more so for company owners, company HR to go and rent the yacht and do like outing or company function, right? So other than their traditional way of doing the marketing, what they could also do is they could also create vouchers, and then they could be different type of vouchers. It could be a weekend vouchers. It could be we could be on high season vouchers, peak periods vouchers, low peak period vouchers, and then you can have different lists of vouchers, right? And then the rental company could then go on BDX. And then at the same time, there could be a company like the accounting firm who will be looking around, constantly looking around for ways to value add their business customers, right? Could be the HR or could be the bosses that they want to reward to when they provide accounting services to. So the accounting firm could be sourcing around and saying, hey, that would be nice if I can buy some yacht rental vouchers, and then which is likely to be a discount, and then I give it to my customers. And then in this case, again, the accounting firm is happy because now their customers are very happy. They get rewarded for taking on the services with the accounting firm, and then the yacht rental company now is really happy now because other than their traditional way of marketing their services, there's always one way or one additional way whereby they can always have other people, other different parties buying vouchers for them to fill up their capacity or to really increase their revenue, right? So this is another example of how a cross-selling will work. And in fact, as we delve into different industry, you'll find that most industry always needed new channels, a new way of reaching out to different parties to get more selling done. And this partnership could be one of the ways that I think could be really, really very exciting, right? Now, having said this, well, the concept sounds very, very exciting, and the execution must be easy, right? So we are very blessed that, and very, very privileged to be working with BBX because the process, I dare to say, is really very simple. So let me just share with you how easy it is. Just 5 simple steps, right? And every brand now could do awesome cross-selling to increase their revenue, and then we could do gifting already, right? So first of all, a brand can go to a BBX platform, and what they need to do is just basically they have to go and create a listing. It could be based on a certain conditions. It could be based on different type of permutation. It could be a vouchers to sell services, to sell food, or could just even be cash vouchers, right? What the options are really limitless. You can just decide what you want to do, and you can go into the platform, you create a listing. Then if we go to number 2 is whereby different merchants will be out there looking for deals. They need to buy something that they want to give it to their associates, their partners, their customers, their friends and families, right? So they will then be purchasing the vouchers easily with DTC, right? Credits. And then whoever bought the vouchers already, all they need to do is just basically go and send out the vouchers to whoever they want to send to. Digitally, it can be done really in less than 10 seconds. Okay, so done that already. You don't have to go through the traditional way of buying physical vouchers, and then you have to go and physically send them. Gone are those days. Everything is all now digital, right? So a link will be sent to the customers, for example, and whoever receiving it could be receiving through SMS, could be receiving through WhatsApp, could be email, whichever the sender prefer. As easy as that. And then the customer receive the link, right? It could be through SMS, for example. All they need to do is just click the link, and then go into there, accept the offer, repeat PDPA, boom, done. The voucher is now I use the word magically go and automatically uploaded into the person's account already. And that's it. And then the customer now can go and enjoy the gift from whichever they have sent to them. And it's that simple. So we are very excited that this process has been made very, very seamless and easy for anyone to do cross-selling, to increase their revenue, and also for anyone to want to purchase vouchers and then to send it to their friends through the gifting function. So our partnership with, just to summarize on what I've just shared so far with BBX, obviously the main key thing that we try to deliver to our merchant is to be able to let them they have the opportunity to do cross-sell among BBX and also avocado merchants around the platform. But you can also see that there's also other different benefits of this initiative that we're putting together is to increase sales through more channels. And on the right side, you can see it's also for merchants to reduce cash expenses when they do purchases on the BBS platform. So there are multiple benefits of this whole entire initiative, which I'm very excited about. So to close it off, before I take on any FAQ, just really want to share. Before our initiative, cross-selling was really almost not possible, right? And that was why many merchants was asking, cross-selling, can you do cross-selling? And my answer is always regretfully, we cannot do that then. So today is yes, thing again is yes, we can now do cross-selling. We are now able to empower brands to be able to do cross-sell among them, among each other, and then of course we even provide a gift to their friends and families, and all these activities will then indirectly increase the revenue of the brands who are on the platform itself. Okay, so of course, to find more, please contact us, also or contact BBX in that sense. And if you need my contact, I've got it here. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks, Joel. I think that's faster than we thought. That was a good one. Yeah, so maybe just before we start the Q&A session, I'm sure you probably have some questions to ask. So a good thing today, we have a mixture of some of the new members who are Advocado, coming from the Advocado Strategic Partnership with BBX. And others are obviously our existing BBX members who've been with us, some of them as long as 10 years. I think Luke is there, you can raise your hand. So we go a long way. And by doing this, we are really hoping to make the new merchants coming through the Advocado partnership very comfortable with what BBX has to offer. And at any point in time, reach out to us, because the COVID situation didn't really do us a favor in being able to, go down and meet everyone physically. But through this, we hope to, have a chance to meet up with you more often through these webinars and learn, and basically get into that momentum of really understanding what the platform has to offer, especially with this integration of Advocado gifting module. So we did some magic with a couple of APIs integration into our two platforms, making this possible. I mean, people in the backend on both sides of our IT teams have worked very hard to put this seamless in a way that you come on BBX Marketplace, you purchase a voucher, you use someone's mobile number, you can, in like 5 simple steps. But that took quite a while for people in the backend to put together, to get all the APIs integrated well and make this process seamless. So for the new merchants, we hope to see you more active and come forward, and we will definitely, be very, very excited to help you to, get yourself very familiar with the system, how you start uploading your vouchers, and, how this whole cross-selling things can really, really, benefit all the businesses. And it's not just, as we say, that this gifting module, basically, in summary, what it allows is your end customer could be anyone, right? This is beyond BBX control or Advocado control, because if someone today comes on and buys $100 or $1,000 worth of your gift vouchers, we can't control who they want to gift it on. They could gift it on to 5 people, 10 people, 15 people, and and the list goes on, right? And it could really end up in the hands of a family member or a staff or their regular customer, or we have no idea. But we definitely believe that this would bring value to your business in one way or the other. So come forward, happy to assist in with whichever way we can. Yeah, so I will pass the time back to Joel for maybe 10 minutes if there are any questions before we close the session.
Sure.
Over to you.
Thank you so much. Yes. That is, if there's anyone has any question regarding what I just covered.
Do you need to unmute them, Dion? If anyone
no,
would
I
like
think,
to speak, yeah, just unmute yourself and
feel free
speak.
to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Otherwise, Joel has done a wonderful job.
Yes, thanks, Joval.
It's either I've done a wonderful job or have confused everybody.
No, they are going. They are going right away to start cross-selling.
since you have so many consumers and all the data and everything, how do you do the data privacy?
Hmm.
No data can be sold or remarketed. We just a custodian of all the data. So if I obviously, by the way, the cross-selling, right, is not the cross-sell to those consumers. That's a fantastic question that you asked.
Mm.
So those customer and consumer remain as it is, right? So every single brand that we serve, there is a PDPA compliance policy in place. We are also PSG pre-approved vendor, which means that we also need to comply with the privacy policy. So that is very tight.
Mm.
Thank you for your question. Thank you so much.
Anyone else?
No, I am all good.
That's fabulous. Fantastic. Let's get cross-selling going soon, so you can have more chance. I'm always of the opinion that you know, sometimes some stuff we don't know how it will work, right? So I run the marketing component within Avocado, so I look after different channels of outreach, right? So you know, I am a big fan of trying most stuff because you never know which one will work, and sometimes you'll be surprised that the one that I think didn't work actually works the best, right? So if I have 5 channels of way to increase my revenue, I will go for the 5, and let's see how it goes. So this is my invitation for you. That everything when it first started, obviously, it takes a while to get traction, but I will be the first to jump in to go and list my vouchers there for sale. And when somebody pick it up, it takes a while as the traction start to come along, more people understand the benefit of it. Then this is a fantastic way to help increase our revenue. Especially if I may just share a very interesting quote that I had with a friend of mine who runs a very successful retail restaurant. And one day I was just having a drink with him, and he says, "Hey, you know, and by the way, just so you know, his restaurant is always filled. Weekdays also filled, weekend also filled, every day is filled, except one timing, which is certain days afternoon, right? Like then that is empty." And then he said, "I tell you, I need to fill my afternoon session." I say, "Come on, man, your restaurant is always filled all the time. Why do you need to fill?" And they use an analogy for me, which I think is very interesting. He said, "Hey, Joval, you got to look at it this way, right? A restaurant is like an aeroplane. Whether the plane is filled or whether it is 10% filled, the plane takes off. There is a fixed cost involved, and it has to run means it has to run, right? So vice versa, he was trying to explain to me that if a restaurant is not filled to the fullest, right, there's running cost, there's fixed cost, and he'd rather do a big discount to drive traffic to fill up those space than to have it empty at all, right? And the same analogy of why airline has ticket as a big discount is to fill it up because it's rather than making zero, I say make some, and that was the same concept. So and I think it makes a lot of sense, right? We always have a extra capacity. We always have slot that is no one takes it up, and in many different businesses, right? So why not you bring it out and make an attractive offer, and then you fill it up, because when you have that going, while there's some extra revenue coming in, that will also lead to more stuff, because now they experience your brand, now they understand your services, and then you know what, they might come back during other times, right? So that's my take. Yeah.
Anyone else? Thank you, Joel.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone else is good? Luke, you have any questions or anything you want to say to some of the new merchants from Avocado? Luke has been with us for almost 10 years. I think as long as I remember, I think we go way back. So
wow.
It's really great to have you as a very, very, what should I say, a solid supporter of what BBX has been offering over the years. And yeah, Luke is in retail as well. So I don't know whether Luke would like to say a few words, if you don't mind.
Yeah, like, hi Joval, and thanks for saying that you never try, you never know, right? So, about 10 years ago when I tried EBX, I also didn't know like what I could get out from it. So prior to like avocado coming onto the system, which added a lot more options for everybody, for us as well, I really benefited quite a lot from BBX. So we have taken job trips, we have purchased wine, I've traveled overseas using airlines, so much things that I could have done at BDX, and even on the monthly expenses like aircon servicing and things like that, that were all done under BDX, and it's actually helping us with a lot of more cash flow contributions as well. So I definitely see that. I mean, thank BDX for doing what they're doing. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, thank you very much. I mean, we welcome you on the platform.
Thank you, Luke. Yeah. I
Thank
think
you.
that brings comfort to some of the new business owners, obviously, that we understand when you enter an unfamiliar space, it's always, you're a bit more cautious. But yeah, we are here to help. As I say, reach out. Happy to help.
Yes.
Yep.
Sabina, can I if I may just add one sharing,
Sure.
right, is
Sure.
because why we just say trigger a point that that I think is interesting. So many times, right, I will try a lot of stuff, right? Then Joey, right? Joey, who is my beloved partner in crime, who assists me a lot of stuff. He goes, "Hey, when you try this, aren't you afraid that you will fail, right? What if you fail, right?" So yeah, I try something, then yeah, possibility that you might fail, no? But then I say, hey Joey, what if it succeeds? You see, a lot of us when we go to enter a new stuff that we're not familiar with, right? We take this very defensive mode because it's naturally how our brains are built up, right? Anything that's unknown is danger, right? I mean, that's how we are trained to think. So I'm also trying my best to reverse my thinking and go rather than focusing on what if it doesn't work, right? I always ask myself, but what if it works? If it works and I didn't try, then it's a missed opportunity for me. So I think that could be something for us to think about, right? Especially when the effort and it is very low to try something and the risks are really low. In my reality is I always try to embark and try something. And many times I've tried a lot of stuff and it failed, and then I just say, you know what, at least I realize it doesn't work. But I say, what if it works? I don't want to miss out if it works. And then I think this is my invitation that I want to everyone on this call, right? If you have not tried anything, not just already in BBX, but in anything that you do, right? Like the focus of what if it works, and I think a brand new world of opportunity opens in front of you. Let me just my humble sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I think if there's no questions from anybody, then we will let you guys go towards your weekend. And do join us for our next session. We will be sending out details pretty soon. And I think we are really lining up some interesting speakers and topics. So we look forward to see you. Don't take this as like one webinar and then, I think it's we will learn a lot more together. I think let's take this collaborative approach that I think together we do more. Wow, speaking like government now. Yeah, but in the truth is together we can always do more. You don't know who I know and I don't know who you know, but I think together we can open many more doors than if we are just on our own. Yeah. So if there's nothing else, we thank you so much for coming in and spending time with us. And we hope you walk away with something really valuable for you to apply back in your business, and reach out to us anytime. And yeah, so have a good weekend and stay safe. What else should I say? Yeah, stay safe. I'm a bit worried about the new 16 cases. So yeah, please take care of yourselves. Still, I think this is far from over. Yeah.
Thank you all for precious time.
Yeah.
Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much again. Thank you.
Thank you so
you.
much.
for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks so much, Joval. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
Have
Have a good weekend.
Have a
and
good
we will
Bye-bye.
catch
weekend.
up soon.
Yeah, sure, Julie.
Yeah.
Thank
Speak
you.
soon.